Have you ever locked yourself out of your Octoprint instance because you forgot your username and password? Let me show you how to get around that. Chris here, back with another quick video, and I do get Octoprint questions from time to time. But one that I get over and over is, how do I get back into Octoprint if I forgot my username and password? Well, you always could just rebuild your SD card and start from scratch, but then you have to reload all your plugins and get everything situated just like you like it. Now there is a workaround, but you have to be able to log into the Pi SSH. So hopefully your username and password are still default, or you remember the password that you changed it to. But if you can get in with something like the putty tool, it's just a few quick steps and I can get you back up and working in no time. So again, this is a quick video, so let's jump right to the computer and I'll show you how to get this done. As I just said, you will need some sort of SSH tool to log into the Pi to get this done. I use putty for everything, but there's a lot of great options out there. You can use octopi.local to complete these steps, if your router allows it. You can also change up the name of your Octopi in rasconfig if you want to, so it might not be Octopi anymore, but most of the time octopi.local is going to be pretty convenient for most users. If your router doesn't allow it, you will have to find the IP of that Pi to be able to log in. But for today, we'll just load octopi.local, and we'll open it up. And your default username and password for Octoprint, your username is going to be Pi, and your password will be Raspberry. Now, a word on security. You should never expose your Raspberry Pi to the internet unless you have it on something like a VPN or you're using a cloud option that's very secure. And even more important than that, you should never expose SSH access to the internet on port 22. That's just asking for trouble. And since it's really easy to get around your username and password if you have access to this, and the default password is really commonly known, please don't even consider that. So keep port 22 and SSH access completely separate from anything facing the internet. So just so I can show you what access I'm talking about, let's go ahead and pull up our web browser. And we're just going to head to http octopi.local. And this is the user login that I'm talking about. So if you forgot it, let's just say you have admin, password, incorrect username and password. So all we're going to do is erase that access and get you back to the wizard so you can punch a new one in. So back to SSH. We're going to take a look in our home directory right here. Let's just do an ls. The directory that we need to use actually won't be listed. It is a hidden directory. So you can do something like ls, als. And we need the .octoprint directory. Notice I have multiple instances because I'm running multiple instances on this Pi. I've got Octoprint 2, 3, and 4. This is also another reason to use this method rather than flashing your SD card if you have multiple instances and you don't want to disrupt them all. So you can just reset the first instance and the other three will be just fine. So let's just do the main one for now. We're going to change directory, cd, into .octoprint. We'll do an ls and take a look in here. And you'll see the users.yaml. This is the one that we're after. If you cat that out, it's not going to give you much information. It is all encrypted, so that's a good thing. It does give you your user ID. But since we don't know what our password is, and we can't read it from here, we're just going to remove users.yaml. So we're going to do rm users.yaml. And by the way, this should work on almost all versions of Octoprint. So that's good. We no longer have any credentials on here, but how are we going to log in? There is no default account. Well, we're just going to restart the wizard that you used to set your Octoprint instance up, and that will give you the opportunity to repunch in a username and password. So let's do sudo nano config.yaml. You can see that config file right up here. And sudo will give you the correct access to be able to alter this file. So we'll hit enter. You will need your sudo password, but on the default setup, that is also Raspberry. And then we'll scroll down a bit until we come down to the line that says first run. Now after the first run and you've already done the wizard, this is going to be false, like mine is here. But we need to punch in a new password. So we're just going to change this guy to true. That's the only change you need to make. We can hit Control X, Y, and enter to save. And now that those changes are made, all we have to do is reboot, and then we can punch in our new username and password. So right here, we'll just do sudo reboot. And now back to the browser, we'll just wait a couple of minutes and the server will become available. It's now available, we'll go ahead and hit refresh on the browser. And since we reset that setting in config, we now see our setup wizard. So we'll just hit next. And here's your access control where you can set your username and password once again. We'll just change it to Chris, set our password, confirm our password, keep access control enabled, hit next. You can change things in here if you'd like to, but everything else will stay the same. Hit next and finish. And now you're back into Octoprint. Everything is exactly the same, all your G codes there, as well as all your custom settings. And remember, again, you can do the same thing if you have multiple instances. All you have to do is go find that instance config file and user YAML. So I'll jump back into Putty real quick. We'll just take another look. Let's change directory into Octoprint 2. We'll take a look in there. And here is the config file and the users file for the second instance. So all of these are specific to each instance. You don't have to disrupt any of the other ones to change your username and password. And that's all there is to it. A super quick way to get you back up and running with your Octoprint instance. Now remember what I said about security. It is important. And I do recommend you always change your passwords from the default ones and never expose port 22 onto the internet or any Octoprint instance unless you know exactly what you're doing. Hopefully you found this quick video helpful, and I will see you really soon on the next one.